Okay, Wavestate fans, it's going to be a quick video on updating your Wavestate. I'm trying to use that beast, the Wavestate Editor. So I attempted to fire up the editor today and it wouldn't talk to my Wavestate SC. It's less than a year old, but it had an old version of software on it. Well, watching enough YouTubes and looking to enough stuff, and you can figure out what version of software you have. You hit turn it on, hit utilities, then you hit shift. Look, you can't read that. I don't know who came up with these fonts and colors, but print out the instructions. Hold on, you can't make this stuff up. They make this impossible. So they give you this little thing when you buy it. It's not cheap either. Here's your buttons. Can't read that either. So go and blow that up. Make one of those. And now you can read. Hey, there's shift. Yeah, it's under there in the dark. So hold shift down and hit page, 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 page. Oh, there it is. Last one. There's your software version. It's been updated, 3.19. But it starts out less than a year ago was 1 point something something something. So their software engineers have been very busy. But that editor won't talk to anything but 3.15 or something like that. So the first thing you have to do is go to Korg and go to Korg.com US support and go find their updater. That's not too hard to find. So you start at Korg, and you can end up like there, and then you can look for support. So, where is it? Downloads. Fish around synthesizers. You can find Wavestate with enough digging. A lot of products here. There you go, let's see. Click on that. What do you got for downloads? I'm not making this up. Oh, there you go. You get all your manuals in all the different languages, which is nice. Here's your librarian, and there's your system updater. But look, it's 1.08. This is part of my story why I'm doing this today. So I downloaded that, installed it on an old Windows 10 PC, old Dell. Works fine. It's got solid state drive, so it actually kicks butt. Well, you connect it up to the USB, and this is, again, we're trying to update that version there. It's not too focused, sorry. It was 1 point something. So the first thing you get is it doesn't work. And you have to go and update the updater. Well, guess what? Even though the site says 1.09, you really need 1.09. I mean 1.09. 1.08's on the site. So you go to install the updater, and the very first thing you have to do is update the updater, because 1.08 doesn't talk to your Wavestate. So there's an CM configuration, prevent an automatic connection to the hardware. You can see that in Rev 1.09, which is, again, I'm a hardware guy, so I find this hilarious. Sad, but hilarious. So again, this wonderful manual talks about what's underneath utility. It doesn't say anything about setting up these special parameters, like here. So you have MIDI and USB. I'm sorry it's so small, but Korg for a $2,000 synthesizer could give you bigger than a 2x3 display. I love the synth, but I mean, come on. You could have put a better display there. So there's that thing, MCM. And it has to be that in order for your PC to talk to it. So now I've gone through and updated the updater. And it now talked to the Korg Wavestate. I put a shortcut key here. I don't want to update it right now, but when you fire it up, it puts it into a C Windows program. See, now it sees it, but the previous version wouldn't see it. You hit select after you see it. It says, yeah, it's updated, so I'm not going to update it again, obviously. It's 3.19, but it was a version 1. And this all started because I wanted to use the editor to change some sounds and patches and stuff, and just get more familiar with the PC interface to the Wavestate. So if you want to go update your Wavestate, if you bought it within a year, it's going to have some version 1 software on it. You can figure that out by hitting Utility, and then hitting Shift plus 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 plus. Let's try that again. Utility plus 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 about 5 times. There it is. So I think it's like the last. Sorry, it's not coming in real nice here, but it's the version's listed after you hit Utility, Shift plus enough times. It's the last one. And then the other thing you have to make sure it's USB network NCM or it won't talk. And it's got a printer port type USB that goes to your PC. So it comes in through here. So first thing you do is make sure you get the latest updater, version 1.09. That will now talk to your Wavestation. Then update your Wavestation to the latest software. We showed you how to find that. So now it's 3.19. And then, I can't make this stuff up. It's hilarious. Oh yeah, don't forget the manual for the updater. It's handy to have because it goes through all these problems. Get the latest editor. You might, if you're lucky, get the editor to now work with your Wavestate. Let's see, let me click on that. Oh, I spoke too soon. There it is. But previous version of this editor, even though I've updated the software on the Wavestate, wouldn't talk. Well, it locked up in Windows too. That was hilarious. So the only way to kill it was to go to Control-Alt-Delete. I mean, this one, you know. Put your task manager up and kill it, because it just locked up and it just made dinging noises. So, moral of the story, if you're going to go update your Wavestate software, get the most recent updater, 1.09 if you're using Windows. And then if you want to finally use the editor, get the most recent Wavestate editor. Let's see, it's still 1.45, but I had a previous version that wasn't working. You can check for updates. This is the latest update. But moral of the story, update the updater, update the Korg Wavestate to the latest software, get the latest editor, Make sure it's the most recent one. That is the most recent one, 1.45, but that is not the most recent updater. The application will steer you to the most recent updater even though it's not on the website. So you have to use 1.09 or it doesn't work. And you have to use the latest editor, 1.45, or it just sits there and locks up and you have to use the task manager to kill it. It's just one of those things. But that's it. Have fun. Now it works.